Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news, so guys, hold on tight because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the biggest rumors swirling around the AFC North in recent times. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the landscape of the division. And it involves none other than Ja'Marr Chase, the explosive wide receiver from the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, you heard that right. There's internal chatter, sources close to the Bengals, hinting at a possible trade that could send Chase to Baltimore. And believe me, this isn't just some idle speculation. It's something that could seriously shake up the Ravens' offensive power, and I want to break down what's happening, why it makes sense, and what it could mean for us in the long run. Now, to set the scene, the Bengals are in a bit of a tough spot right now. They're sitting at 4-9, and their defense isn't holding up, giving up around 29 points per game this season, which is pretty rough. They're also dealing with some significant financial constraints, with their cap space tight, around $14 million, which makes re-signing players or adding new talent a challenge. On top of that, the team is struggling offensively, especially along the trenches. Their offensive line has been decimated by injuries, with 4 players suffering concussions, and that's reflected in their ranking, 26th in DVOA, which is basically a detailed metric of team efficiency. Allowing 31 points a game is not going to cut it if they want to turn things around. Enter Ja'Marr Chase, the phenom out of LSU, who, at just 25 years old, has become one of the most dynamic playmakers in the league. In 2025, Chase has been nothing short of spectacular, with 78 receptions, over 180 yards, averaging 13, 8 yards per catch, and 9 touchdowns across 13 games. His PFF grade is an impressive 91. 0 overall, making him the second best wide receiver in the league right now. Chase's contested catch rate is 59%, which is elite, and he averages 2.4 yards per route run, top 5 in the league. His career stats are staggering. Over 500 receiving yards and 65 touchdowns, with an EPA per target of plus 0.36, which is considered elite. His yards after catch are over 400, showcasing his ability to break tackles and turn short catches into big gains. Despite an injury scare early in the season, suffering a shoulder injury in Week 5, Chase played 94% of the snaps, showing he's fully back and ready to dominate. Standing at 6 feet tall and weighing around 201 pounds, Chase is often compared favorably to other top-tier receivers, with a separation rate that surpasses even some of the best in the league, like Tyreek Hill. His stats this year include an average of over 83 yards per game, with 19 catches of 20-plus yards and just a handful of drops, only 3 so far. One of his standout games was in Week 2 against the Steelers, where he caught 11 passes for 162 yards, forcing 9 missed tackles and making some of the most clutch catches of the season so far. So why would Cincinnati consider trading Chase? Well, the Bengals are in a financial squeeze, and with their cap at $14 million, they're looking at a possible rebuild, especially along their offensive line, which has been plagued with injuries and underperformance. Their chances of winning a Super Bowl this year are slim, with plus 18000 odds, which is pretty much a long shot. They're also focusing on rebuilding their trenches and bolstering their defense, especially after starting the season at 0-5, which has left them desperate for a different approach. A trade for Chase could be a strategic move to recoup draft picks and focus on developing their defense and OL through the draft and free agency. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Ravens, because if this trade happens, it's a game changer. Baltimore is currently sitting at 8-5, and their passing attack has been solid but could definitely benefit from a true game breaker like Chase. Right now, our top receivers are ranked around 17th overall in yards, with about 100 yards total. But adding Chase would give Lamar Jackson a serious upgrade. Imagine having a receiver who can stretch the field and create mismatches like Chase does. His ability to gain yards after the catch, combined with his contested catch ability, would open up the entire offense. And that's not just conjecture. Chase's addition could boost our aerial yards by over 320 yards per game, projecting us to reach around 300 yards for Chase alone, which would be a huge leap. Lamar Jackson, who's having another strong season, throwing for around 200 yards and rushing for 800, would benefit tremendously. His EPA per pass is at plus 17%, and with Chase's elite route running and ability to separate, outperforming many in the league, this could elevate the Ravens' offense into a whole new stratosphere. Think about it. Chase's yards per route run are top tier, and his contested catch percentage is nearly 60%. When you combine that with Zay Flowers, who's already been a reliable target with 850 yards and 7 touchdowns, and DeAndre Hopkins, who's been a steady veteran presence, the Ravens could turn their offense into one of the most explosive units in the league. This trade also aligns with the Ravens' long-term vision. Baltimore has always prioritized smart, strategic moves, building through both draft and free agency, and acquiring Chase would be a statement move, showing that they're serious about contending for a Super Bowl. The odds for Ravens winning Super Bowl LXI have already improved from plus 1,000 to plus 500 if Chase joins the team. That's a significant jump, and it reflects how much of an X-factor Chase could be. His impact on the field isn't just about stats. It's about how defenses have to game plan against him, opening up opportunities for other receivers and the run game, which remains strong with J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. You have to remember that Chase's presence in Cincinnati has already helped boost their offensive output last season. They gained an extra 210 yards in 2024 thanks to his big play ability. Imagine what he could do for Baltimore, especially with Lamar Jackson's mobility and playmaking skills. The Ravens, with their balanced attack, could see a resurgence, particularly in third-down conversions, where they could go from 38% to over 53%, and their red zone efficiency could climb from 55% to around 70%. That kind of upgrade could be the difference between making a deep playoff run and falling short. Now, the big question is, will Cincinnati actually pull the trigger? It's a tough call for them, given their struggles and the fact that Chase is one of their biggest assets. But if they're looking to rebuild and focus on defense, especially after a rough start and a defense allowing 21 points per game, they might see a trade as the best way forward. Reports from insiders and analysts like Rossini suggest that there's some skepticism around Cincinnati, especially about their ability to keep Chase and Burrow thriving with the current roster and health issues. The Bengals might be feeling the pressure to make a move, especially if they want to recoup draft capital and start a rebuild that isn't just about patching holes, but about reimagining the team for the future. For us here in Baltimore, this potential deal is more than just a rumor. It's a signal that the Ravens are positioning themselves for a serious shot at the Super Bowl. We're talking about a team that already has a solid foundation: Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, DeAndre Hopkins, and a defense that's been improving all season. Adding a talent like Chase would elevate the offense into an elite category. Think about the possibilities: big plays, unstoppable drives, and a defense that can play more aggressively knowing that the offense can put up points in bunches. It's exactly the kind of move that can catapult the Ravens from good to great, from playoff contenders to Super Bowl favorites. And speaking of expectations, the division itself could see a seismic shift. If Chase ends up in Baltimore, the Bengals might find themselves in a rebuild, trying to patch things up on the fly, while the Ravens could become the team to beat in the AFC North. With the right coaching, scheme adjustments, and a little bit of luck, Baltimore might just be on the cusp of a new dynasty. One built on explosive offensive plays, tough defense, and smart strategic moves. That's what's exciting about this whole situation. It's not just about one player. It's about the ripple effect on the entire division and playoff picture. So Ravens fans, keep your eyes peeled. This rumor could turn into reality, and if it does, it's going to be one of the most talked about transactions of the season. Possibility of adding Chase to our squad is practically a game changer. An offensive maestro who can help us reach new heights, maybe even bring us back to the Super Bowl stage faster than we thought possible. It's a high-stakes gamble for Cincinnati, but for Baltimore, it's an incredible opportunity to enhance an already talented roster and push for a deep postseason run. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. Do you think Chase would be the perfect fit? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in purple and black? Let us know. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.